This is eCommerce Uncensored. Brought to you by Fast Forward Unlimited. We're coming to you fully loaded and exposed with all the strategies and techniques for growing your e-commerce business.
Hey everyone, and thanks for joining us on another episode of eCommerce Uncensored. This is episode number 106. My name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso and Paul Chu. And today's episode is actually going to be a pretty quick one. It's going to be a follow-up on the email episode that we talked about 2 episodes ago, or 3.
Yeah, we actually answered a question from our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Which you can join
at ecommerceuncensored.com/Facebook.
It's funny, we were just talking amongst us. I don't know if you were around, but I was like, this group is great. It's like we have people ask questions, and then everybody just jumps in and has all kinds of great insight, which is really cool.
It's definitely, and
it's less for us to do.
Yeah, and it's growing, you know. But yeah, I mean, we just got off the phone with one of our clients, and like I said a few episodes ago, we talked about like sending, you know, plain text emails versus like creative emails, and like how we thought like you should mix both of them up, you know, for optimal results. Mm-hmm. So we just wanted to follow up on that because we just got off the phone with our client, and we're actually trying to pitch her this, you know, more frequent text-based ads.
And I think it makes our clients feel a little bit uncomfortable. I think we're going through that. It's like we're trying to get them into this groove of creating these plain text emails, and it's not what everybody's used to. Everybody's used to just these graphically, especially this other cosmetic company we do work for. It's like that's what they do. They, you know, that's a big thing they put pride in, is they're graphically created with the GIFs and all this stuff. So it's a little bit of it's a hard thing to crack on some of these people to get them to feel comfortable with just these plain text emails.
Yeah. So one of our clients, as he said, is like they're very, very creative, and they're really good. I mean, really good. They do a lot of animated GIFs.
GIFs.
Is
it GIFs, Paul?
It's GIFs. They do animated GIFs, and they make them really. They make really nice emails, but there is a limit to the amount of offer emails you can send. Right? Like you can't send offer emails every day, and sending more text-based story type emails just gives you an opportunity to email them more often, right? And we spoke about this. And this particular client, you know, like we'll send out one email for them and they'll make $7,000, let's just say, which is great. But we only can do that like every couple of weeks. And
because it's just an offer email.
Yeah, right? It's just an offer. Buy 2, get 1, buy 1, get 1, whatever. And you know, it's very difficult to continue or to keep sending those emails because you start annoying people. So we're trying to get them to do these more plain text daily or every other day type emails because number one, they work, and number two, it just gives you a reason to email people more often, and that's kind of like the idea. We just did this with this really creative client of ours that we talked about. I sent an email on Friday, which is probably one of the worst days to send an email. But the first text I got on Monday morning, she was like, Jason, our customer service got slammed with emails. Now, I was a little nervous when they said that at first because first of all, I thought they were like going to get mad at me. And maybe they did. I mean, I don't know. But then like I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? The email worked. Because at the bottom of the email, I said, what's your story? So they got inundated with people sending them their story. Because this particular email talked about the owner like creating the product. And at the end, I said, you know, like, hey, what's your story? And people were like sending like crazy amount of emails. And like I said, at first I was like a little nervous. But then like I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute. This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted interaction. We wanted engagement. Now, this particular email, right, it's one of the higher opened like emails. The click-through rate is a little lower, but the people who did click through ended up buying. So this email made like, I think it was like just under $3,000. So let's say you can do that every day or every other day. You know, you got 7 days a week times 3,000 times 4 weeks a month. Think about that, right?
Well, I think even with emails like that, like you're going to get people to reply, like you said. And we talked about, I got a little nervous too when you told me. I was like, oh God, what's going to happen? Like, we just started doing this. So, but even if like it's going to happen when you prompt someone to reply to somebody, you're going to have like the moron who's going to email back and say something, you know, if they're not happy with the product for whatever reason. You're always going to get that no matter what. So, but it gives you a good reason to get rid of that person, right? Off your list.
Well,
like, you don't need them.
I mean, so basically what happened is they got a lot of good replies and they got some negative replies, which I think that's what you were saying.
That's what I mean. The negative.
So
you're going to get some of that.
They did get a few negative replies. And, you know, that's what she said. She's like, and some of, you know, like we got a ton of emails and some of them were negative, which you're going to get. Like you said, you're going to ask when you ask people to do that. But the point is not whether or not they're good or bad. The point is that like people are actually engaging with the email, because when you send like a really pretty offer email, like they can't really do anything with it. It's either like I want it or not, or like let me just click and see. Whereas these emails, people actually, and it's funny because you always think like people don't want to read, right? Like, because I don't really want to read, but like it's a bad way to do it. Like, because there's a percentage of people that will read, and those people will take action. And those are the people you want, right? Like, if you ever get, like, you sign up for someone's newsletter, and, like, you get these emails, like, these long emails. You're like, who reads this? But you know what? The people who do read it are the ones that buy. And that's who they're going after. They're not going after everybody. They're purposely targeting the people who will sit there and read.
So how do you guys feel about emails that don't have an offer in them, but that are, in your words, pretty looking or graphic or video based? Just content that's still design, or it's still a GIF, or it's still some sort of infographic that's not a sales offer. Do you think that still has the same impact as a story written email?
It depends, I think, on the brand. Like, for example, if you go to Kevin's favorite website, Blender, right? Was it blender.com?
That's my favorite website. I really like the emails that they send.
Blender?
Yeah, Blender sunglasses.
Right, so if you go to Blender sunglasses and you sign up for their newsletter, they do a very good job of making really nice creative emails for just no reason. But that being said, there is just something about plain text emails. Like, they look more personal, right? It's like this email came from the CEO, and it kind of like, it just adds that next level of relationship building. I like Blender's emails as well. And they make them fun, and they never really have any offers.
Yeah, they rarely. It's usually just during holidays. They'll have like a little offer here or there, but most of the time it's like just engagement. It's like saying, you know, what's hot, what's not, what's the latest releases that they have. It's just things like that, which is really good to fill in the gaps too.
Yeah. So I think you can play around with that. And I think, like, you know, that's like a young, hip type company. So in that, like, it makes sense. But it comes down to like email frequency, which we talk about a lot in our 5 keys, which you can download on our website, eCommerceuncensored.com. And we talk about one of them being like email frequency. And sending these plain text emails, number one, they don't take as much time to design, right? And then you can, you know, send them like from a personal, like a person. So that's like the advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think, you know, to back to the plain text emails, is it answers our question too, to the guy who wrote on our Facebook group, is like, how do I get my emails delivered more frequently? How do I avoid the spam filter? And like, that's what you do when you get these replies from everybody. It then trains their email box to deliver. It seems like, oh, it recognizes, oh, this is someone that they're engaged with. This is someone who they're going to want to hear from. And then it will no longer send that email to their spam folder.
Yeah, and that's a big thing, because you know, nowadays people are ignoring emails, and if you can get in their inbox, and like, you know, like these ESPs are getting very, very smart, like with what they filter, what they let through. email service providers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought, ISP. I was thinking of ISP.
Yeah.
I guess you have ESP.
Yeah.
ESPN?
ESPN. Yeah. So yeah, these email service providers are getting very, very smart with their spam filters, and the easier you can get by them, and that's the plain text do that because they're coming from they look more like a real natural email. So yeah, I mean I think that's it for today. I just wanted to follow up on that because we're actually going through this with 2 of our clients, and we love reporting our experiences. Go to Blender Sunglasses and get on their newsletter because they make really nice.
They make graphically appealing ones. They don't do. I haven't seen any plain text ones from them.
No, but there is one that you got on. Was it
your
Y
dash OUR. I don't know if it was skin.com, but it was a skincare company, and they do a quiz on their website, and they take you through a nice, engaging. It wasn't really engaging for me because I just did it for a little bit of research for another client, but they do a really good job engaging in these plain text emails. So that's another good example that you can check out.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
I think that's it for today.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. This has been episode 106, and you can always check us out at eCommerceUncensored.com. And we'll talk to you guys really soon.
Later.
Adios.